Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate with you. All right, so we're going to look at past, current, and future energies. I am going to do an extended for this love reading. I'm going to stop it, and then I will start a new video for the extended. I will put a link down below if you want to continue with the reading, if you feel that this reading really resonates with you. All right, we're going to get some romance angel cards, some heart-shaped romance cards, and then tarot, clarifiers, and oracle. All right, so what's going on with Capricorn? Who needs to hear a message? Okay, so we have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. All right, let's get some romance cards. That's too many, so we're not going to take all that. For Capricorn, what do we have for romance card? All right. So we have balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. All right. And then we have romance. Cupid, arrow, strikes. So I feel like my love readings lately for Capricorn have been that for some or all or a lot of you, that there's new romance starting, that there's new relationships coming in for you, and that they're very exciting relationships, that they're good relationships, that they're balanced relationships. But I feel that that's because you're doing the work on yourself, that you're getting yourself in a better place so that you're able to have that energy around you that brings in those people. And I know that that's for a fact because yesterday when I was at work, I work at a grocery store, and I felt happy. I felt positive. And I'm telling you, people were almost drawn to me like a light. Like they were just looking at me and smiling. And they were excited. And I feel like because I was exuding this positive energy, that I was getting it back. And I feel like that with these love readings that I'm doing is that's the energy that I was feeling, is that what you're putting out, you're getting back because you've been working on yourself, that you're exuding this confidence and this happiness and this positivity, and that's what's coming back to you, and that is the people that you are attracting. And that's why I feel the relationships are stronger and they are happier. All right, so let's get some tarot. I've worked with the public, gosh, a really long time, and definitely when I felt that I was in a bad mood, when I felt that I was angry, I didn't even have to say anything, and people would give me that energy back. And when I feel that I'm happy and I feel that I'm good, that I get that people give me that energy back without even saying anything. But now I'm in such a better place that it's like I'm getting more positive energy back. And I love that. I mean, nobody likes to get the negative energy. All right, so past energies, we have the High Priestess, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Swords. Current energies, we have the Strength card, we have the King of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups. Future energies, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Star, we have the Moon. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which I love because the Eight of Pentacles is a new money-making venture, but I also feel that it's a new perspective, it's a new outlook, it's a new way of doing things, it's a new way of approaching things, it's a new way of feeling, and I feel like that's the energy that I'm getting from this reading. Definitely, with this Ace of Cups here, with the Star card. My favorite card in the deck is this one, is the Knight of Pentacles, because I just love the greens and the golds, and I just love the feeling and the energy. I always have with this deck. This is one of my first decks that I got. It may even be the first deck that I got. So I've had this deck for a long time, and this has always been my favorite card. All right, so for past energies, we have the High Priestess, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. I feel that it was, you were kind of holding back that inner feeling, and, you know, those, I feel like it's holding back the, you were not listening to those signals that your inner voice was giving you on directions or things to do or go, or red flags, or, you know, having those question marks that you weren't listening to those. But I also feel like it's, you weren't listening to it, but then you realized it, and then all of a sudden you started to come into your own, and you started to listen to it, right? You started to listen to those feelings and those, because I feel like it kind of proved itself right. Because sometimes we'll have those feelings and we're like, oh, I'm not feeling right about it, but I'm going to ignore it, and I'm going to make excuses for that bad behavior, or I'm going to say, oh, it'll turn around, and then it doesn't, and then you're saying to yourself, oh, I told you so. I had this feeling that something wasn't right. I had this feeling that something wasn't feeling right. I had this feeling that something was off, but I didn't listen to myself. So I feel like this past energy here, you're like, you know what? I'm going to listen to myself. I'm going to start recognizing those signs or those feelings that I'm having, so that I don't get myself into those situations again, and that I listen to myself more. This also could be, if it's a current relationship, again, listening to those inner feelings, those voices that you were having about a current relationship. And I feel like this relationship is going through a transformation, because sometimes we don't want to talk about things, and we don't want to discuss things, because it's like, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to cause a problem. So it's like, oh, I'll ignore it. I'll sweep it under the rug. I'll sweep it under the rug. And then that pile under the rug just becomes so big that it just explodes. Or sometimes it can do so much damage that there's no coming back from it. That there's just this massive disconnect, because things have been swept under the rug for so long, that there's such a disconnect. And that if things had been worked through and things had been dealt with, and the pile was not as big, then I feel like it could work through. But sometimes it just creates such a mountain between two people that there's no coming back from it. All right, so current energies, and you want to make sure that that doesn't happen. If you have that feeling with that person, if you feel that this is the person that you want to be with, that you want to work on this relationship, that you want to see things through, I feel like it's taking control of the situation and start making those changes. Again, which is right here in this current energy, is the Strength card, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. And that is having that confidence, dealing with situations, taking control of a situation in a positive way, and having that confidence to say, yeah, it's time to work through this. It's time to get past it. King of Wands is somebody who is very wise. He's learned a lot. Wands also represent taking action. Ace of Cups can be a new relationship. Like I said, for some, I feel like there's a new relationship coming in for you that is very positive, that's very good, because you've learned from things from the past, that when you see those red flags, you're not going to ignore them. Or it could be this reconciliation within a relationship, but it's like, we're going to do things different this time. Like, if I feel like there's something going on, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to confront situations that normally in the past I would have ignored. All right, future energies, we have the Knight of Wands, the Star, and the Moon. And I feel like it is, Knight of Wands, again, is taking actions, making things happen, moving things forward. The Star is keeping hope, keeping positive, having that direction. Not really sure what direction this relationship is going to go in, but still keeping that positive energy, right? Working on things, putting effort into the relationship, and, you know, working on those things so that they don't get swept under the rug like they used to. The Moon, I feel like the Moon is like, you're not really sure what direction the relationship is going in, but I also feel like it's not deceiving yourself either, right? Not ignoring those red flags that maybe you used to ignore in the past. I feel like not trying to cloud things over. And trying different things, right? Doing something different. I'm not really sure. Maybe this relationship feels so different and you're like, I've never felt this way before, right? I've never felt this way, not only within myself, because I'm bringing things to the forefront that are concerning me and I'm working really hard on this relationship, but also that there's this connection with this person that I've never felt before. I don't feel the moon is in a negative way. This also can represent Pisces. Star is Aquarius. Strength card is Leo. We have lots of different signs going on here. That may or may not mean anything to you, but I just feel like the moon is representing something that feels so different. All right, so let's get some more tarots for the High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, which is that worry, right? I feel like in the past there was a lot of worry, there was a lot of stress, there was a lot of sweeping things under the rug, there was a lot of, and this also could be that if you're single, that, you know, there was a lot of stress within relationships and that maybe you were holding on to some energy, but now it's ready, you're ready to start new, ready to start fresh. I love this, that there are two Ace of Cups in this reading. Again, we have the moon here, so I feel like that represents time, you know, moving time ahead, that it's going to take some time for this. Bringing things to the light also, that kind of came to mind. It can be that reconciliation within this relationship that you are in. It could be somebody that maybe you knew before, that they come back in and you guys reconcile, but you both have worked on yourselves and you're coming together with different perspectives because you've learned and you've grown. It also can represent new relationships that are coming in for you, but I also feel like it has to do with the relationship that you have with yourself, that you're choosing better, that you're choosing relationships that are more fulfilling, that you're also choosing to bring things to the forefront if there are things that are bothering you, right? That you're choosing better. You're letting go of things. Maybe before you used to hold on to things, you know. Like I said before in my readings, is that sometimes people kind of build up this mental ammunition in their head and they're like, okay, the first time or the next time that my partner does something, I'm going to, you know, bring out my ammunition and I'm going to aim that right at them. But that's not healthy, right? That's not a good thing, because if you're keeping all of these things, right, these 8 cups, if you're keeping all of these things to use against someone that's supposed to be your partner, that you're supposed to be working on a relationship with, that's not healthy. I mean, some people do, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but I'm just saying that within this reading, I feel like it's letting go of that, because not only are you're not carrying those 8 cups around with you, right? You're not having that mental heaviness within your head of all of this ammunition, and it's like, okay, I need to let that go. Again, we have the moon here. I feel like the moon is coming out a lot here, because we have the moon here and the moon here, here, there, here. We have the moon card. So I feel like, you know, I feel like it's almost not knowing what's coming, but also to find that clarity, and that it's going to take some time. But it's like letting go of this 8 of Cups. It could be that you walk away from a relationship, or you've walked away from relationships that you felt are not fulfilling. But I also feel like it's not holding on to that energy, because that's weighing you down in your relationships. Ace of Pentacles, love it, another ace. Aces are new beginnings, new starts, right? New directions, new feelings. Chariot, Cancer card, moving forward. The Star card yet again. So we have Aquarius twice. It's that direction, that hope, that fulfillment, letting go of what doesn't work for you, but still moving forward. 4 of Swords. I feel like it's a lot of mental work that you're going through, and making sure that you rest and that you take care of yourself. And if you have a situation that comes along with your partner that you maybe before you used to have that ammunition, and so you shot that back at that other person, and that created a bigger problem. But now you're like, okay, if I feel that there is a confrontation, that I'm going to take a step back, that I'm not going to shoot that ammunition at them, because number 1, I'm not going to have that stockpiled, and number 2, that's not where I want the relationship to go. And that you take a step back, you go through your thoughts, your feelings, you decide it, you know, you work through that, and then you move forward, right? So I feel like it's working on a relationship, but from a different perspective and in a different way, because the way it was before, it wasn't working. So now it's like making those changes and having that balance, right? Feeling like the relationship is more balanced, or if you're starting a new relationship, it's a relationship where you feel like it's a give and take, right? That person, you know, supports you when you need that support. You support that person, that it's a partnership, that you move together in a positive way, that there's more of that balance. There's that back and forth. There's that communication. There's that talking, that back and forth. We have the Strength card yet again. There's a lot of repeating energies here. Again, Strength card, Leo, that confidence and dealing with situations, handling confrontations a lot better. I feel like that's a big one here. Two of Wands can represent that a new relationship is a very positive one. It's also about setting out on the path that is different from before. And that's why I felt that the Moon card could be that this relationship feels so different than it ever has before, and it's new feelings and experiences that it feels so different. And again, with this path, is that maybe one way is, okay, going back to the way you used to handle things, but another way is, with the sun shining on it, is that one that's really different, not really sure where that's headed, but feeling like it's more positive and it has more good energy with it, you know, following that positive energy. All right, bottom of the deck. Yeah, I like that. King of Cups. King of Cups. I feel like this relationship is so much easier and it has a nice flow to it. You know, it's going to have, you know, we have the waves and the crashing and everything back there in it, but it's calmer in the front. It's going to have those ups and downs because that's what a relationship is. And then we have this, you know, this card from the beginning, the balance. It says a great relationship is one that both supports and challenges, right? That challenges you. That challenges you to push you out of your comfort zone. That challenges you in different ways, but in a positive way. And that knowing that there's going to be confrontations, but how are we going to handle that? Are we going to step back? We're going to take our time. We're going to sort through our feelings. We're going to figure out how we feel, and then we're going to move forward. So I feel like this is a whole new relationship, whether it's one that you're working on and it has these huge changes, or it's like your next partner, your next relationship that I feel is coming in soon, you know, that I feel like is heading towards you, but it's going to be a different relationship because it's a whole different perspective for you. And it's a whole type of, you know, it's not the same relationship patterns as you used to have. It's pushing you in a better direction. All right, so let's get an animal oracle and we'll close this out, but I am going to continue the reading, but I will do that on another video. So that way I don't make my videos super long. All right. We have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide, and I believe that 1,000,000%, right? It'll show you those signs. It'll give you those messages. It'll push you in those directions. It will challenge you. That it will give you what it feels that can help you to get yourself into a better place, right? To have you more confident and bring you those relationships. If a relationship hasn't come in for you yet, I feel what I have said before is that it doesn't necessarily have to do with you. There may be some more things that you need to work on, but it also could be with that partner that is coming in for you, that they're doing that work, right? That they have some things going on that they need to work on first before they can come into your life. But it's for you to keep continuing on the path that you're doing, that you're achieving, that you're working on yourself, that you're becoming stronger, you're becoming more confident, that you're handling situations, that you're reaching your dreams and your goals, that you're making those things happen, that you're getting rid of the anger, that you keep on your path, right? You keep on your path, you keep going. And when the time is right, then I feel that things will come together and they will be abundant. Because if you get frustrated, well, you know, I thought by now this was going to happen, and you get irritated and you get angry, then you're surrounding yourself with that negative energy, and that's not what you want to do, right? Because you don't want to bring in a negative relationship, or you're like, oh, I'm just going to go out with someone, or I'm just going to start dating someone just because I don't want to be alone. But you're not really feeling that connection, and there's tons of red flags. It's like, if you do that, then you're stopping yourself from meeting the right person, right? Because you're putting yourself into a negative energy. And you're stopping yourself from meeting that true connection. And you're also stopping that other person from meeting their true connection, because, you know, it's just a different perspective on way to look at it. And that's what I like to give in my readings, is different perspective, different thoughts, different ideas, you know, to look at things. Because sometimes that one perspective, that one way could really make a huge difference in someone's life. But you have to be open to all of that. Anyways, all right, so I will stop there, and then I will continue on, and I will put a link down below. As always, stay positive and stay safe, and I will see you next time.